Now it's called the downward dog for a reason, because dogs do it. And if you look at the shoulder of a dog, it's very different to the shoulder of a human. The shoulder of a dog allows a hyperextension. If I were to take 100 kilos of a dead weight, put it on my shoulder and do this, and ask you guys, hey, is this good for my shoulders? What would you say? You would automatically say, no, what are you doing? And I said, no, I saw my teacher do this. I go here, and then what are you going to do? We're going to extend here, and we're going to open up the ribs, and we're going to be here. Boom, 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 and I'm carrying 100 kilos here. The dog doesn't do that. The dog, have you seen a dog do the dog, downward dog? The dog never brings his head down. The dog does this, because the dog is stretching his organs in the morning. That's what the downward dog is about. It's about releasing the organs, and it does it first thing in the morning. The dog never pulls his head in. I had a very serious shoulder injury from a class I followed that a teacher got me in the downward dog, and then, as most of you are familiar with, we're going to lift one leg up, we're going to lift one arm up, we're going to do this variation. And that's amazing if you are a trained gymnast, if you're a trained yogi and you've been doing this for a long time, then do continue that because it's amazing. But in terms of shoulder stability and benefits, it's extremely risky. It's very, very risky. The shoulder is not designed to be holding weight in this position. It's hyperextension, right? You visualize it. So I recommend, if you're working with beginners, if you're working with people with chronic pain, you really want to reduce how much you're holding the position of the downward dog, and don't emphasize on this hyperextension. I see this happening everywhere, and a lot of people are feeling that this is a good way to release the shoulder. If you see it here, it's crystal clear that it's not a good way to release the shoulder. And I'm going to show you guys today very simple, powerful ways to release the shoulder, so that we don't need to do these very, very extreme positionings. So I'd like to now do the shoulder. I'm going to ask you to come into child's pose. Allow your head to come in contact with the floor. I'm going to ask you now to bring your left arm up in front of your face, on the mat in front of you, and you're going to place your left cheek to rest on the arm. And now, with your right arm, I'm going to ask you to pull your wrist out. So can you feel that immense stretch in the shoulder blade? So you have to pull your own wrist out. You're pulling the shoulder out of its socket in a healthy orientation. Now try play around with 2 o'clock, 2:30. Some people will feel it in the forearm, some people will feel it on the side. Yeah, the whole chain is getting stretched, and depending on where you have more tension, you'll feel it somewhere else. And slowly come back in the middle, and then come and find the other side. So you really want to scoop the wrist like in a horseshoe manner, like this. You're scooping the wrist like this, and you're going to pull the shoulder out. And if it's not excruciatingly painful, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It's okay if it's just a comfortable stretch. But you feel the opening of the shoulder? Yes? Great. So some of you have normal shoulder elasticity. Some of you are very lax. So allow now the breathing to slow down. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. And now I'm going to ask you to, using your whole body, pull back against the resistance that your hand is putting. And now you can go even deeper in the stretch. Can you feel that? Is that good? Yes. Feel that amazing release. And allow your breathing to be very calm, very relaxed. If you're not breathing, you're not doing it right. It's all about the breath. So I'm going to ask you to stay lying on your back with your eyes closed, and just now connect with your shoulders. Come into Shavasana. Do you feel your shoulders are more in contact with the floor? Yes? Does anyone feel like they have to do the downward dog to feel better? I'm sorry guys, I have an emotional thing about the downward dog. I got injured from doing the downward dog, so it comes out from time to time.